Welcome to my channel. This is a reading for Leo for March 2020, and this is career and finance. So just to start, quick indicator of how I've laid things out. These are the cards that I'll start with. Celebrations, crackers, and flowers. And then these are the clarifiers for the main cards here that I just needed a little more detail on. And this is actually from the Buddha deck. So this one is just to give you a general energy for the month of March as well, whereas the rest of this is more specific to career and finance. These cards here, as well as the flexibility card, are all relating to more of a general energy for the month of March. And again, that is for Leo. And so just to start off with, I will start with the flexibility card. The flexibility card is about telling you that you are to be using your intuition for the month of March because you do have a lot of things to celebrate. So your intuition is at an all-time high. It's operating, at a time where you can rely on it for any situations that you need to dissolve or bring some kind of resolve to. It's about you tuning in and making choices to your benefit. So it's asking you to take the position of someone else to be able to gain that insight and use it to your advantage. As well, it also is a card that relates to the yin and yang symbol, and it really represents the number 2, which is about balance. So balance is using your third eye and, trying to create balance with your intuitive inkling. So moving on from that, we are going to look at the celebration card first. So celebrations is, obviously just that. You have something to celebrate. So it indicates that you're ready to bring new and exciting things into your life. It is a card about reaping rewards. So throughout the month of March, you obviously have something to celebrate that has, accumulated over the course of the 12 months prior. This is about you networking. So, you're not only just being social, but you're networking. You're finding and seeking new opportunities in that. This is also indicating there's some kind of really dynamic change that's taking place, and it's the potential for travel. And I do see a few other kind of cards throughout the spread that also indicate travel as well. So travel seems to be coming up, either discussed in March to manifest later in the year, but either way, travel is something that is starting to manifest in March. And this also is letting you know that you can attract the things that you want. You are quite popular. You're making the right decisions. This is also a card telling you that, don't miss an opportunity. Be aware of the things that are being put on the table, because this is your chance to take advantage of that and make it work for you. I do find that relationships often overlap with money, so I'm just going to lightly touch on the relationship aspect of some of the cards here. So with celebrations, it is also indicating that, other people might be coming to you with their problems because you are exuding so much energy and good light, and you're magnetic. So because of that, you're also attracting people that, want to be uplifted. And so, if they come to you with their problems, it's certainly helpful if you do have a few words of advice, but overall try to keep more of an upbeat nature for the month of March so that it doesn't, distract you from what your intended purpose is. So again, just as far as the romantic aspect, it does indicate that, you are able to draw people to you. There is a mutual attraction there. There's a chance that somebody else is being drawn to you at this time. It's also an indicator that reunions can be coming through with celebrations. So reunions of someone could even speak to renewing vows, anything along that line. In terms of the career front, again, it is about you networking. It's about you, your self-esteem increased. You've got a lot more dramatic changes to your finances that are coming up or you're about to see change in the start of March here. There is also potential for a change in residence or a job, due to this gain, and certainly trusting your instinct, and playing out any hunches, but there is some kind of extra money that's going to be coming through. So you can feel confident in whatever decisions you make based on, you know, the celebrations. You've got a lot of good things coming in. The next card is the Cracker card, and that one is down here. That's about positive energy surrounds you. Again, same theme, love, joy, and good fortune awaits. So this card is also indicating that you're on fire. You are in a stage in your life where you're just explosive, positive, good energy, and you know you're just there's a lot of excitement around you, a lot of good news that's coming in. Professionally, you know, it's about offers coming through. You want to dress to impress, that kind of thing. You want to make sure that you look the part. You know, you're prepared for plenty of action. And again, this is also foretelling of more travel in the cards. So I do see it does really look like you've got something happening there in terms of travel. And again, just overshadowing with relationships, there's also, you know, the potential to attract more admirers with that Cracker card as well, you know, because you're at the right time, at the right place, that kind of thing. New friendships are starting to happen. You know, you just want to make sure not to overindulge at any time so that you dampen any of that good positive energy that's coming to you. But either way, in terms of career and finance, all of that, you're enthusiastic. You're getting along well with colleagues and bosses and clients. You know, you're able to impress people. You're positive. You're upbeat. You know, you're coming across particularly successful at this time. You know, and certainly you are, you know, in a position now where you're getting promotions. You are admired. So this is a time where you have some great money-making ideas that might be in the works, or something that you can take advantage of in the month of March. It's just an excellent time as well for purchasing property or anything involving investing or selling, something along that line. But don't be afraid to ask for what you want, basically. So moving on to the Flowers card, which is here in the far corner. That card actually speaks to being generous. Success and emotional fulfillment are yours. So again, all success cards. So definitely you have some incredible things happening for the month of March. You know, flowers is also about adornment and certainly taking advantage of looking after yourself, because flowers represent beauty. So you want to make sure that, you know, you get your hair cut, you dress the part, you know, that you look the part, that kind of thing, you know, for all of this goodness that's coming through, all of that abundance. So, you know, if you're in a park, spending time outdoors, anything like that, surrounded by flowers, you know, it's also just a time just to take in, you know, anything that just makes you feel good as well. So, in terms of relationships, you know, it's also a time where, as I said, you're lifting other spirits up. You know, you're the energy in the room. It can indicate strong love coming through here as well. As I mentioned, you know, you coming through with more warmth and understanding and generosity, and so it attracts people. And again, it's speaking to visitors kind of unexpectedly arriving. But either way, there's just social surprises all throughout here, and it's definitely foretelling of success, you know, in new projects, that kind of thing, with the Flowers card as well in terms of career and money. So it is about the fulfillment of your dreams and making things a reality. So if you are searching for a job, you will be pleasantly surprised, because you are going to be getting some kind of offer coming through because of that. But you're upbeat, you're enthusiastic, you know, you're looking good, you're attractive, you know, you network brilliantly. I mean, you're just being rewarded with your actions and positive energy. However, that was just the overall general energy for March. But starting out in March, it looks like you've got a little bit of confusion going on here. So starting out with the Three of Swords, I mean, the swords are definitely things of the mind. So it does look like you're either having some kind of difficulty with, maybe there's jealousy involved, but either way, it was clarified with the Two of Pentacles. It looks as though you're trying to balance something out. So, I mean, this could be you feeling let down. This could be jealousy. This could be, you know, you having to wait something out. You need to get to the heart of the matter. You're not really sure what's kicking you off balance. It could be a conflict with angry words, some kind of disagreement, you know, anything along that line. Even in terms of, you know, business, it can just in general speak to not mixing business and pleasure. So, you know, try to be aware of that as well. But it just feels more specific to you having some kind of instability some kind of argument, some kind of little drama or whatever from the beginning of the month anyway. Some kind of sacrifice or pent up emotion, something along that line that has kind of thrown you off balance here with the Two of Pentacles, trying to rebalance you. Because twos and fours and eights, all of that are about trying to seek that balance. But followed up with the Star card, though. That's obviously, there's hope, there's inspiration there. You don't have to worry about things, throwing you off balance for long, because everything is moving ahead as it should be. And especially when you have so many other cards there. And also with the Two of Pentacles, that can also speak to juggling, options, or, maybe you had to make some kind of a decision. Something's thrown you off because you didn't know that you weren't quite sure, or you're not quite sure what you want to do. The next card following that is the Hierophant, and I do have a clarifier, the Two of Wands, on that one. But the Hierophant up here, is really speaking to some kind of corporate energy, or a group of people, or something that's a little more management based. So, this feels like it's, more in the realm of job, or corporate delegation, promotion, something along that line. But either way, it's about accepting discipline. It could even speak to somebody who's involved with guru and teaching and spirituality and something along that line as well. But again, it's either a teacher of wisdom. You're speaking to either a person that somebody who is a teacher of wisdom, somebody that has that ability to, express the inner soul, that kind of thing. Or again, it speaks to, on the other side of it, corporate feel and management and that kind of thing. But it's generally abiding by traditional rules, and I feel that's actually more of what's coming through here. So I would stay with, this is about, also could speak to a person being a little bit stubborn and, not flexible enough, which could also speak to why it's indicating that you need to be more flexible here and not be so stuck in your ways. This could even speak to you and your energy. But it is about accepting discipline and traditional rules, and, it can be a battle between the external and the inner self as well, where there's some kind of restriction there. But again, just to be aware of it. It could be bookkeeping, or somebody who's an accountant, something along that line. But either way, it's that path to knowledge and education. So again, it was clarified by the Two of Wands. So wands are about action, and so the Two of Wands really speaks to just having some patience. Twos again are about finding balance and sort of slowing down. It can also be doubling of your personal power, so whatever, this could strengthen this situation as well. So whatever that corporate idea is in terms of the Star, as well as all of the success, it might actually be reinforcing this promotion. But again, it feels like there's some jealousy around it as well, because of the card that follows here with the Seven of Wands. But again, this is still about achievement. So it is clarifying there is some kind of achievement, some kind of validation there, that there has been some kind of promotion, something that's exerting influence over top of the Hierophant. But again, you are causing some upheaval, because you do have the Seven of Wands there. So people around you are not all going to be in your corner, even though you do have a fair amount of attention on you. And it certainly looks as though you are, you're quite charismatic and able to charm everyone. But again, with the Seven of Wands, it's you either having to stand your ground against something, or you yourself have some deeper fears or doubts around this promotion, because it's so closely tied in. So, you might be feeling that you're going to face criticism. But either way, you are standing your ground. You are in a position where you feel threatened, but you don't really have any reason to be, because overall, the majority of these cards, everything is really stating that everything is going in your favor. So here, just below that is the Six of Pentacles. And again, that's about reciprocity. So Six of Pentacles is money coming in, money going out. It looks like because you're the one that is gaining so much throughout the month of March, it feels like you will be the one that is, helping somebody else, or you're being generous with other people. Maybe you're putting on hosting parties, or maybe you're the one that is doing all the invites out to dinner, that kind of thing. But either way, it's some kind of reciprocity going on here, that sharing of the wealth. And so the next card following that is the High Priestess, which is a really high ranking card. And, it definitely speaks to sort of hidden knowledge or intuition, things that are underneath, the conscious level of things. So, I mean, it could indicate there's a Virgo person in your, again, doesn't have to be a Virgo specifically, but just somebody with, those characteristics or traits, somebody who's quite mysterious and, who, it is a card of intuition, 100%. So, you definitely have the divine operating here. You have lots of inspirational cards here with divine guidance. So again, I feel that this is actually coming through more along that line, but it's about having the knowledge, to be able to go ahead in this position. And, the study has led you to some kind of a breakthrough. So whatever developing talent you had, which this card is speaking to, has actually started to manifest for you. So again, it does speak to unexpected things coming your way in terms of money. It's just about things that are operating a little less on the surface and more about mysterious influences and so on that are influencing the rest of the reading. But again, it's about secret hidden feelings, that kind of thing as well, and it does speak to being a healer. So moving on to that, we have the Knight of Cups. Cups are about emotions, and the Knight is about a message coming through, news. It's about news, and certainly it's moving in the direction of a future-oriented positions, probably, I'm going to say, somewhere in around, middle to late March. You're manifesting something there. So, I mean, in terms of a person, it could speak to this being you or someone else around you. But the Knight of Cups is really somebody who can be a little narcissistic, a little bit of a seductress or seducer. Somebody who is quite inspiring, somebody who either you inspire somebody else or they are inspired by you. It can speak to a younger energy. It doesn't have to be somebody between 20 and 30, but it can be somebody who has sort of that mentality with the Knight of Cups. But it is somebody who is a romantic, who likes to be in love, and, somebody who is has sort of a healing, healing protective quality about them, that they want to look after things. So again, this would represent a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio type of person. Somebody who could be, who just has a sense of that he's on a mission. Could even be a little bit melodramatic, but because there's emotional sensitivity involved here. But again, this is somebody who's a messenger and has that sense that they're on a mission. So in terms of money, it is, things about gifting, money coming through. But either way, it looks like it's money that you have manifested. It's money that you have put out to the universe or started to make happen, long before any of it actually started to materialize. But again, this is somebody who is a little, I feel like it is more of a person actually, a little bit insecure and, somebody who's lacking confidence but has lots of imagination, but their actions are motivated by their emotions, that kind of thing here. So again, Knight of Cups is really just that messenger letting you know that there is some kind of a mission that you're on there, that you have manifested this with the Magician. And Magician is telling you you have it all. Like, you have the ability to make it all happen and pull it together. So whatever you need to carry out with this promotion or with this, new position, it's not going to be any problem at all, because the Magician has the power. You have so many good cards here and so many major arcana cards, which, also strengthen the events that are taking place. So again, even with the Magician and then following that with the Judgment card, you also have the Sun card in there. These are all cards of really strong impact. So again, the Magician card is just about you realizing your own potential, that ability to manifest, and you're using your own knowledge to achieve that success, and you are focused on the goal. And this is also about being on that mission and focusing on the goal. So you have the ability to create your own destiny here. You are making it happen. This is about utilizing your tools, your talents, and your skills. So it is something that you already come with. And and again, it's about unlimited potential as well as using your intuition. So next on the list here is the Judgment card. So something is obviously coming through that you need to I needed to clarify those, exactly what was the message that was coming through that the Judgment was bringing. And that again is cards of the Two of Cups and the Seven of Cups. Judgment can speak to, I mean, with the Two of Cups, I mean, it's emotional. It's all emotional there, actually. Seven of Cups itself can speak to a lot of anxiety around whatever the judgment was that was coming through. This is toward the end of March. But I mean, again, judgment on its own can also speak to like some kind of inner calling or some kind of transformation, or you being, awakened to something that is that's making you feel whole, that you're liberated from. It can speak to too many demands because it is coupled with the Seven of Cups here as well. But you can feel a little overworked. Maybe it took some time for you to make all of this happen, and you felt that little bit of burnout here. But either way, I mean, even with this card, it can even speak to video creation or careers along that line with computers. But either way, as I said, I mean, it's something about an awakening here that's taking place. So there's some kind of a transformation that's moved this to the Two of Cups, which is emotionally, making you feel balanced. So the Two of Cups, as I said, is really a card that it can be related to relationships, but I'm not really, the reading really isn't about relationships, and I don't see the Lover's card in there anyway, and nothing that strengthens or enhances this. But as a clarifier, the Two of Cups does speak to a balancing, a doubling of power, strengthening, whatever the judgment was that was coming through. And again, it feels like more responsibility is what's going on there with the Judgment card. But it is about that harmony and that peace and that cooperation, and that you're magnetic. You've got magnetic attraction here with this card. And this is something that it's about you meeting your obligations, that kind of thing. So even though there's a lot on your plate here, you're able to meet those obligations, and there is some kind of balance here as well. Exciting things are about to happen, and that's just supporting it with this card. So the Knight of Pentacles speaks to money coming in. It's just slow moving. So you're obviously not seeing it necessarily really for that month of March, because it is toward the end of March, and it is a slow moving energy with the Knight of Pentacles. But this one is also, if we're speaking about a person, it would represent somebody who's a little emotionally detached, somebody who can feel a little bit blocked, repressed, somebody who is really hardworking and deterministic, and he likes to determined rather, and not somebody who's really overly adventurous. It is somebody who does another job really well. Whatever the task is at hand that's given to them, they do it really well. So in terms of career and finance and money, it is that the change is relative to the money. So, in other words, you might quit one job to move to another, that kind of thing, or move from one position for another because of better money. But either way, it's about you knuckling down, that kind of thing. And in terms of the money, it is coming, but it is a slower moving energy. So it's not something that's, coming in right away. But it is about you creating your own success here as well, which, was also manifested with the Cups and the Magician. So you're creating your own situation. You've made this happen, and you definitely are embracing your opportunities and your potentials here. And as I say, just a really traditional kind of person here. So, sorry, you did have the Lovers there, but again, not super close here. And but there's the Lovers card again. It does speak to that completeness, that wholeness, that level of success, and of course it is celebrated and clarified with the Three of Cups, which is that team spirit and everybody working together and supporting that union or partnership or whatever it is there that you're getting into. So again, if it's a doubling in power, which you have in a couple of spots, it could even be a shared position, maybe a shared position of power that you're getting involved with. But because you do have the Two of Wands, you do have the Two of Cups, and you also have the Lovers card, which again, they're all twos. You have a lot of twos here. So it does, and that's a doubling or splitting of power. So I do feel that there is something there that is related to some kind of a partnership. It doesn't have to be a relationship as far as in a traditional sense. It could be in a business sense. So again, I do see another male energy in here with the King of Cups, and that's somebody who's really well regarded and somebody who's, quite well respected and who's calm and is able to handle problems, that kind of thing. So that's just really an energy around the Lovers. But the Lovers also speaks to that good fortune coming through, and it is followed up by the Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles. So financial opportunities coming through, lots of intuition with this card as well. It is about that completeness, feeling like you're able to move forward because of some kind of partnership I do feel is overriding here because of those cards. Lots of twos. But again, sometimes and again, it does indicate big change because lots of these cards indicate big change coming through, but you do have a lot of support here and financial opportunities either way coming in. You're feeling a little miserly with like a control freak here with the Four of Pentacles. So I would say this is you coming through with that. So the Four of Pentacles is about really not wanting to let go, trying to hang on to, your hang on to your personal power, maybe not wanting to it's just emotional security. It's just a place of emotional security. So you might have a limiting viewpoint or resisting some kind of a change. You may not feel, financially secure yet, or you might not just feel secure, period. You might still be worrying over money here with this. But that will pass, as I said, because the whole reading for March is just amazing. You are such a charismatic person. None of this is really going to be a problem for you. Networking is such a big part of success that I just don't see any. This is just going to be a trend all the way throughout the year, I'm sure. But anyway, it is about you attaining that success through hard work. So again, it's business acumen. You do have that gift. And certainly it's about being reliable and secure. The Sun card is a very happy card, a very fortunate card. It does speak to you attaining your happiness. It's about that success coming through. It's about really being able to communicate and share and inspire and feel confident, as well as in terms of money. It's also about improved money flow. It's all coming for sure, but you do have to still put in the work, which I feel you have been with all of these, the traditional cards and the hard work ethic cards. Like, you have a lot of cards supporting that you have made this happen. But good things are coming into your life now with this card. So you're full of life. You've got lots of, good people around you that are supporting you. It doesn't get better than that. So as far as the Queen of Swords, this could be an energy of, I'm not sure if it's somebody, again, if it's a position of it's you yourself, or if it's someone that, it does speak to a Libra Virgo energy, but again, it doesn't have to be that sign, just it can represent their qualities, but it is somebody who's extremely intuitive either way. But somebody who's really doesn't mince with words, doesn't cut to the chase, or cuts to the chase, doesn't like a lot of, chit chat, just gets right to the point, authoritative. Queens queens lead differently than a king would, so more from a heartfelt place, but they definitely have very lively intellect. So somebody who can be, could be, I don't want to say bad in a really negative way here, but somebody who can be strongly authoritative, and might be known in a negative way in the workforce as a cruel kind of person, but they're also open and they're good at debating, and they're really people that can keep secrets well, and they like to deal with things on the written level, maybe with contracts and so on, because it does speak to somebody who's a business person, somebody who could be a lawyer, or somebody who is just able to find a solution for whatever problems are before them. So they're just realistic. They just tell it like it is. I mean, they could be a little bit judgmental just because they are so straightforward, but either way, the Queen of Swords is an energy that's around you toward the end of the year. Could be somebody who's sort of overshadowing the whole of March as well, or who is in a position of authority to bring you that position. But the Page of Swords is the messenger as well, clarifying that you're ready for action. You know, and this is a shorter time frame, if it is related to a time frame at all, of 1 to 11 days. So maybe from March, you know, in the first 2 weeks into April, there could be something here that is related to this energy here of the Queen of Swords. But either way, you know, this is youthful ideas coming through, ready for action, you know, somebody who's ready for new learning, you know, standing up for themselves. They're prepared for the next stage, you know, that they're able to be, you know, as far as it's an I ask card. I ask and I get things done. You know, they're just dealing with justice. Like they're just a really strong authority type person. Not as authoritative as a queen, but a page certainly does have, you know, that ability to, how do I say, if there's a contest of wills, you know, they're ready for the challenge. They're still going to get in there. That's what I'm saying. So they're still going to get in there. And again, this could be related to this person. Maybe you're standing up to this person, or maybe this is a person that's helping you. But either way, this is the reading for 2020 March, and that is until April. We'll see you then, Leo.